Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, there's some up and down moments for sure, but what was your team able to do in the fourth quarter to once again pull away for a win?
No, I mean, it was by far our best quarter. I think it started with our defense. It was the best defensive quarter we played. I don't know what the numbers would be, but, their game is driving the ball, and they're good at it. And that's what we've been good at, for the first 2 years, and we'll be good at it again. We've got to get that part of our game down, but we are, obviously through the first three quarters, we weren't great on the ball, and our help defense was porous. So those are things that, we've got to fix quickly as we go along here.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, how do you go about fixing that when practice time is limited?
No, I mean, it's got to be, the one thing, and it's not my belief, I know this, is, when you coach in high school and in college, everything is about repetition, repetition, repetition. And a serious NBA player, the ones that you can really trust, they don't need a ton of repetition. These guys pick things, the good ones, they learn quicker. And when they're committed to it, you can actually get better at things in a small amount of time. And that's what we're going to have to do.
Go ahead, Josh.
Steve, what kind of lift did Dwayne give you, particularly when you had to sub out T. Ross there late in the third?
No, I mean, he's played actually very well. And I think he's really helped that first group function. I think that what he's trying to find is, he's always played as a scorer. And with this group, we're really asking him to, not try to score, but to be, kind of a guy that makes the whole thing fit. His defense has been very good. His team defense has been excellent. And I think he's tried to fit in and play a role. I think you saw a little bit tonight of what he's capable of. He's going to be in the paint, even against the really good defenders. I mean, he can get the ball going towards the basket. So, he's playing better and better. He's feeling more and more comfortable, and confidence in him.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, the players that this organization has had throughout their history. For Nikola Vucevic tonight to pass Nick Anderson for the all-time field goals made for first place in franchise history. Just what does that say about his consistency and, how much he's meant to this organization?
Oh, I mean, he's such a professional and such a committed, conscientious player. It's funny, he and I joke about this a lot, and it started with him is, he gives me a lot of credit for him playing well since I got here. There's no guy here that I've done less to help than him. He doesn't, we got a lot of play calls tonight because, they didn't have a way to really guard him, and he's such a good passer out of the double teams. But for the most part, if there's any guy in the locker room that has a complaint about, does Steve bring the ball to you, it would be him. And the way he works, the amount of time he puts in, and, obviously 2 years ago, he was an all-star. Last year, he was our best player, and he's in a great place right now, and he's ready to have a terrific year.
Philip Rossman, right?
Well, building on that tonight, it felt like Vooch was the security blanket almost when the offense was struggling a bit. How much of that was the matchup, and just how much of that was Vooch, kind of taking his game to the next level? It felt like he was really reading the double teams really, really well.
Oh, I thought, without watching the film, I thought he was great. And, he can, he hit, I think 2 passes into the paint for cutters. He snaps the ball to the weak side, and it's, almost always right on target to help the guy in his shooting rhythm, or he can score. And again, those skilled big men who can both, shoot and pass put so much pressure on the defense. So, like you said, we were kind of in and out of rhythm offensively, and being able to play through him, whether it's out in space or when he's in the post, it makes us, it brings us organization to possessions.
Okay, go ahead, Dan.
Cliff, for your group to have a 4-0 start in this type of season, you know, it's not always going to be pretty, but you just have to find ways to win early in the year. How proud are you of the group for being able to do that in this type of situation?
Oh, no, I mean, no question. I mean, I think the big thing is, I heard a great quote, I think 4 or 5 years ago when Mike McCarthy was coaching the Packers. And he said, if you have the right kind of team and you came to one of our practices on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, you shouldn't be able to tell the difference between if we had lost Sunday or won. And that's really what the NBA is all about also. It's about either losing or winning, being able to learn from the game and get better. And that's what I hope that we're able to do.